time, so why is it necessary to even have it? Especially in this game where there's only 7 levels, and 2 of them are these scrolling, slowly moving stages. Now, as you saw there, I just took out very easily a Karnov-style enemy, just a regular enemy form of the boss from the first level. Much easier than the boss himself, it only takes a few hits to take out. But there's no difference in terms of strategy. When you see him, back away, hit him, then back away again before he quickly shoots out his fireball to do damage to you. That's why I definitely recommend staying in like the middle or so area of the screen, just to make sure you can see when he's going to appear from the sides to come after you. Thankfully, we only have a few more card trains to go through before reaching the boss. We'll have this yellow one up here, and then we'll have to move on to the final green-colored one. When you play the game enough times, you'll memorize the colors of the train so you know when you're finally nearing the end. Also, when your timer gets to about 40 or so, you'll know that you're getting relatively close. And even nearing the end of the stage, nothing will change up in terms of the enemies. But we do get our first and only health upgrade of the stage right there from that red ninja. Dodge as many of them as possible, really just staying in the middle. Like I said before, staying in the middle, you'll pretty much see everything coming at you. Now that red ninja gives you a time upgrade, so you can increase the timer at the bottom of the screen, which once again I don't think really is necessary, especially in a stage like this. And even if you didn't receive that timer, since we're finally on the final train and we'll get ready to actually do battle with the boss, it really isn't necessary. You would easily have taken him out in the 30 or so seconds that we did have left on the timer. Now this is easily the hardest boss in the game. You've had the hardest stage in the game, and now you're going to have the hardest boss. Now this boss swings a grappling hook S chain around his head, and he will throw it at you. If you can time your shots with it, you can knock him far enough away with the nunchucks that he won't hit you. You can move around. If you do have a good amount of health, I do suggest just ducking down and waiting for him to come to you. And you should be able to take him out if you do have a good amount of health left before he ends up killing you. If for some reason you're low on health, what you want to do is you want to hit him and try to back away and just not be anywhere near him when he lands from his jump, because he's going to immediately throw out that chain. So you want to be far enough away from him that when he jumps over you, that you're going to not be within distance of that chain move. Now with 2 levels left, this is a cave themed level, and most of the enemies remain the same. This one is very similar to the forest stage, because you're going to have to deal with those multiple levels. You're going to have to take out a bunch of enemies that you have to take out in order to advance, and then the screen will do one of its slow scrolls and we'll be able to actually continue on. Something that definitely makes this level easier than the previous stage, besides the fact that we actually can move around, is there's a few more items. There's actually going to be 2 health items that we can find in this stage, compared to the only one of them that we could find in the previous level. Now that was our first of our scrolling sequences that we'll have to deal with. Continue on to the right. Like I said, moving right while consistently jumping will definitely make the stage go by quicker, and will eliminate some of the enemies that you don't have to take out. However, when you get to the part where the screen just stops moving, that's when you have to stop and take out those few select enemies that you must in order for that screen to do the scroll. And it allows us to pick up a health item right there. As you can see, there's the cola can that we'll be able to grab. Go ahead, grab that, and now jump down and continue on to the stage. We have only one more of the scrolling areas to worry about before we reach the end of the stage. Now there's another one of the ninjas that drops a sword. However, the nunchucks are still easily the best weapon. Take out some blue ninjas, and watch out for these smaller ninjas that do crouch. Just duck down real quick to take them out. After a few of them are taken care of, the screen will continue to scroll for the final time in the stage. Once it finally stops, we can continue on, moving over, jumping as we need to, just to make it go by a little faster. Watch out for the enemies coming from both sides. Duck down to take out any of the dogs that you do see. Now when we get to here, watch out for the stuff falling from the ceiling, as well as those enemies that will continue to spawn right before you seemingly are going to get ready for a jump. An enemy will immediately always seem to be right there waiting for you. Take them out and then make your jump over. There's our final ninja, red ninja of the stage. He drops another cola, and this is actually right near the end of the level, so it's a good thing we get that upgrade. Now this boss is really easy, like the other ones. Just keep mashing the attack button, and he should be able, he may hit you once. He may be able to spin through you once, but if you hit it and time it correctly, you should be able to hit it before, or take him out before he's actually able to spin through you more than one time. With him taken care of, we have one last stage to go. We have the actual Dragon Clan's hideout. Now, this stage not only is the final level of the game, it's also a boss rush. So, of course, that's going to be a pain, that we're going to have to take out all the previous bosses that we fought leading up to this one, while still trying to actually defeat the final boss. Luckily for us, the bosses aren't too terrible to take out, and we do have a couple of these scrolling things that we have to deal with. The screen finally has stopped. However, as you can see, we don't actually get to jump down. It just makes kind of like a staircase style thing. Not really necessary, I think, but whatever. It just adds a little bit of length to the game. Watch out for these ninjas. They're going to come from the left and right as you have to jump over the boxes. When you make it over to the right, watch out for this sword ninja. Take him out as he jumps over you. Now they're going to send 2 more of them out. Take out that one. And 1 more to take out. Wait for him to jump over you. Try to hit him as he lands. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to hit him. And then the screen will scroll down again, similar to what it previously did. When it finally finishes, we can continue over to the right. Take out some of the blue ninjas. Watch out for more of the sword guys that are going to jump over you. You can just bypass them if you like, making it over these large pillars just sitting there in the middle of the platform. Jump over them and continue your way to the right, and you'll make it to the elevator. Once here, you kind of just make your stand and take out the